And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Deese.
And I'm Rachel.
And before I even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Yes.
Rachel,
want
to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Chris Soanes. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
Rachel!
Deese.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still here in Maine. You like
Yep.
the weather?
I love the weather here. I'm used to where it is so hot that when you walk to the mailbox, your balls get sweaty.
Ew.
But here, your balls jingle like sleigh bells.
I don't know what that means.
It means it's cold. They jingle like sleigh bells. So what do you want to talk about for the intro?
Well, voting results have been coming in. It's
Coming
looking
in. Almost
pretty
done.
good.
Almost done. Hopefully pretty soon the Republicans will go jump off a bridge. The traditional exit strategy for the depressed.
Oh no.
Sorry, I am a depressed. So anyway, it's good. It's good that the Senate looks good.
Yeah.
I have to vote a second time because we're Georgia, and that's what we have to do apparently every fucking election now.
Yep.
But we'll do it. And you're welcome. And you're fucking welcome. If you guys don't know who Herschel Walker is, you should look into him and look up the cow story. It is so fucking stupid. You're going to die laughing. I promise. Pause right now. Go watch that and then come back. All right, let's give him a minute.
Okay.
All right, hurry back. Right? What a fucking moron. Okay, anyway.
He's very stupid.
Jesus Christ. Boy, I hope someone really does pause right there and go watch it. That is so clean. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm having a good time up here. We got to play a D&D group, D&D game with your other group.
Yeah, you did.
That was a blast.
Yeah.
I had a good time with that.
Good. I painted you a mini.
Painted me two.
Painted you two minis.
2 minis. One is actually a bunny, so it feels like an attack. But
it's because you always get polymorphed into a bunny.
Oh,
you
that's
always
cute.
get. I'm the reigning, never been polymorphed champion of our group.
I cannot wait to DM the next one.
You get polymorphed. You get turned into a bunny all the time.
I'm going to polymorph you.
You're like a perma bunny. Kind of.
Shut up! That was just me clapping hands. Okay, so what are we talking about? There's a cool pizza that I just had that you recommended from Kushnak, which was so good.
Yes.
I don't even remember what was on it. It was like maple syrup,
Fucking
bacon,
potatoes, fried egg, smoked ricotta.
It was so good.
It was very good.
If you have a chance,
I always get
you're
it
in Maine.
without the bacon, but it's
Oh
very
my God.
good.
It was incredible. So good. Best pizza ever.
It's called The Diner Closes at 2. Yeah.
I mean,
so you've just been hanging out, eating food, playing video games.
Yes. Yeah, it's been just a really relaxing vacation.
Yeah. My cats, and I was so worried that my cats were gonna just be an absolute menace because I know that you're more of a dog guy.
True. But your cats are pretty cool, and they hang out with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They really dig me.
Yeah.
I think they like me more than you. I think they do.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's true. I think
I
the
don't-
cats like me way more than you. That's why when I go in the other room, they stand out front and cry. They're like, come on, come back out.
You don't feed them, though. I feed them.
Yeah, but you feed them kibble, and I eat steak near them. So, I win. Yeah, I mean, we're about to watch some classic movies in a minute.
Yeah, after I edit this.
Ugh,
Get it uploaded.
boring.
I also wanted to look at Let me see.
She wasn't prepared. Yet.
Next.
She wasn't prepared, guys.
So next week is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
So you don't do a comic that week.
Nope.
I think last year we didn't release an episode that week.
Yeah, we don't release an episode on Thanksgiving week.
Okay. So no episode next week, but the week after.
Yeah.
The 28th, there'll be an episode.
Yep. Thanksgiving and the week of Christmas, we don't do one.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right.
You get 50 episodes a year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I think everybody, I mean, look, we've been talking every day about everything, so we don't have a whole lot to talk about.
Right.
But we love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much for supporting the podcast and listening. And we hope that this new season of Return to Ravenloft, I hope you guys dig it. Because I really do dig playing Kaeviir again.
Yeah. It's been really fun.
Even if you're a little baby Kaeviir. Little baby Kaeviir.
Kid beer.
Keep it beer. Kick a beer. Okay. Well, we love you guys. What's the name of this episode?
Oh, this is a short intro. Okay.
Do we need to do longer intro?
No, we don't have to.
We can do a rant. I can do a rant.
What are you gonna rant?
Herschel Walker's dumbass. Herschel Walker's so fucking stupid. This guy. I'm telling you, go watch that cow story. It just explains it so well. This dumbass got 50% of the vote. It means 50% of the people who voted in Georgia voted for this dipshit.
Ugh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Just under 50%, I guess. 49.4 or whatever. Good God. Good God. Just huffing paint. Stupid. If you're planning on voting for Herschel Walker, if that's what you're planning on doing with your day, man, just plug yourself into an electrical socket. Just end it. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're bringing the whole fuck. Look, we're grading on a curve out here, and you're bringing. Fucking killing me right now. Ugh.
All right. Well, let's go to the episode.
Yeah.
This is Return to Ravenloft, episode 3, where everybody knows your name but you.
I wonder what that's in reference to.
I don't know.
Oh, Adri don't know her name.
Her name is Kestrel.
She doesn't know her own name.
Kestrel.
That dumb bitch don't know her own name. She got Herschel Walker disease.
No.
Go watch the cow thing. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, my brain's already clogged up for the night.
Right. I feel like it's done that early in the day. All right. Well, then we'll get some sleep and we'll head back into town tomorrow. I will be your son. And I'm really into, what was it? Jack's? Fun.
Yes, Jackson Tops.
You know, a worthwhile pursuit for a man of my age. Good night.
Good night, son.
I'm going to go through that journal and try to pick up any iterative differences in sketch or his pen strokes, his quill markings.
All right.
And I'm going to try to isolate which ones become more narrow, quicker kind of writing patterns. People, when they're frustrated or under stress, tend to write more aggressively. I'll read the entire thing, but I want to focus on those parts in particular because it means that either the events that directly preceded, during, or immediately after caused some sort of inflection in his writing.
You notice when he got the information that Sithicus fell,
yeah,
he started the writing started panicking more. There started to be more frustration, more. He still didn't yet believe that the professional was dead. But from what he heard of the realm collapsing, he was almost 100% sure that Chinakote was gone with the realm.
Is there any information in there about Relena?
There is. He speaks of her strong will, her intelligence. She's almost on par with her father, which makes arguing with her almost impossible.
Yeah, don't I know it.
He mentions how actually skilled she is with daggers. She almost is as dangerous as he is, but almost as dangerous as Kaeviir was. But she seems to be more weapon drawn than where Kaeviir was more wit drawn.
Yeah.
So he also mentions she has a crazy rage at times where there's just not the safest time to try to argue.
She has a lot of her mother in her.
But he also questions because he knows the full fact that she came from the dark universe on the other side of the mirror.
I was
That
thinking the same thing. Yeah.
that's where he's waiting to see what part of that comes out. And so you also notice that you can almost tell that he's not writing certain things down, and you're picking up what he's not writing down because he doesn't trust her not going through his notes.
Yeah.
In fact, he even wrote in there like, "Joke's on you. Not everything's in here if you read this."
So there is some sort of disparity in their partnership, at least.
Um,
At least he's being careful.
yeah, he's being careful. He thinks Nick's too trusting and Serena's too trusting.
They're all too
But
trusting. It's good
he's
he
still
was trained properly by a good agent.
he he also writes
Talented
the
agent.
joys of all the horrors that he inflicts on Brendan now that he's not living.
Ugh.
He has found a few new tasks for Brendan on cleaning the ship and doing things and cleaning the shop. And now that Brendan doesn't have a ability to smell or taste, he
Gross. Gross. Okay. Look, I'm going to look at the mirror, but sort of in a different way this time.
all right.
Now that the disguise is off, just trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get through this as a child.
You have noticed you've grown a little bit since you left Valiki.
Yeah, but not fast enough.
So,
All right. Well, we'll wake up in the morning soon.
All
First, I mean, we'll wake up before the morning and head out as soon as it becomes light.
all right. You guys leave in the morning, and it takes you about another, not a month, but it takes you time to get to Darkon. You guys are taking the roads. You're being more careful. You're staying. There's a few times where you guys have crossed where you guys see the rolling mists, and Valen actually urges you guys around it instead of trying to go near it.
Right.
You've seen the error of certain people that because right around that daybreak of turning to dusk and night, the deadliness of the mists and the rolling mist turning, and people that made the mistake thinking they could make it and they didn't. The sounds that came out of the mists were creatures, and it sounded horrific. And other times, you guys heard this just like dead silence inside. But you guys didn't run back into Soth or his army or his entourage of knights again. And you guys did end up actually reaching Maternum Bay from the south and getting in there.
Papa, I'd like a meat stick, please. Perhaps we could stop and get some form of mutton.
He hands you a meat stick, and as you guys are passing the gates, there's a couple constables on the outside. They're like, "Welcome. It's morning. You guys haven't been traveling all night, have you?"
No.
Valen's like, "No, just me and my son trying to get to Materna Bay to catch a ship. He's never seen the ocean."
Look at their fancy armor. Papa, it's amazing.
The constables are like, "Okay, all right, move in."
Can I see your swords?
They both look down at him. No.
Oh. Papa, might I play with their swords, please? I've always wondered what it'd be like from the storybooks, Papa.
You guys see a kid swinging a pamphlet from the Bay Chronicle. Read all about it. Read all about it. Spider strikes again.
Father, I'd really like one of those.
He rolls his eyes and walks over. How much? 2 copper. Bloodless Hulk left up near the docks. 2 copper. He hands the kid 2 copper. Takes the pamphlet, walks back. Here you go, son.
Why, thank you, Father. I really appreciate all that you're doing for me.
You know what? Of course.
I'm glad that we got the bond
Me
on the
too.
trip up here. Mom's such a bitch.
I'm gonna go back to mom because she's less bitchy than you. But
Yeah. You know what? I can't wait to quit playing this game. So as long as we're here, let's just play it up while we can, and we'll do it at top grade, top quality, and we'll get it over with.
all right. Give me a hug, son. Welcome to the city.
Oh, thank you for that.
He hugs you. Oh, Blugger and Lucian are gonna pay.
They said it was a spider, right? They said the
That's-
spider or a spider?
They call it the spider.
The spider. And they when they write about it, are they talking about it like a spider or a spider as
Like a
nickname?
title. As you read through the article, you see it speaks about 2 like fang-like holes where the blood was sucked and drained out. Actually, it also mentions things about organs being removed.
Organs.
Um, It had about, it mentions this the 20th kill, and this time it was a constable.
How far apart are the kills?
They've
Did
been
they
spread
mention
out over a year.
It's at 20 kills over the course of a year.
Yep.
That seems like a very slow amount of food for a spider, but that's only the ones they reported. Maybe they ate when they. I'm not going to get much information on this paper, I would imagine. Where was the last kill? We're
In
going
the
to
docks.
we're going to take a slight detour. I want to ask some questions. I might have to change
It's
costume.
already started. And the detective is back. All right.
Where was the last place? Where the last one that was killed?
The kid looks over. Oh, it's on the docks near Captain Morboat's. The tavern.
Okay. Let's go there. Father, I'm
Cal-
really hungry. We should go there. They probably
He's
serve
like-
food.
He hands you some silver in the hand, some gold. You go ahead, Ed. I'm going to travel, or I'm going to
He's
check
gonna go.
on some things.
He's gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, just think of that. I gotta go buy a pipe.
Go buy a
So
pouch of
I'll
tobacco.
meet you there. I'll meet you there, bud.
Thank you.
He gives you a wink and hands you a horse. He takes the other one. Gives you one last squeeze.
Boy, thanks again for that. I really appreciate that. I like it when people do that.
I know you do.
Take it
I know
easy.
you do. You too.
All right. I'm gonna step into like a space behind an alley where I can kind of obscure my view. And I'm
All right.
going to swap out of my outfit back into my traditional clothes with my hat, my tie.
All right.
All right. To the tavern.
Awesome. To the tavern. As you approach the tavern, we're gonna pick up. You see this weird. Actually, I don't know how to describe this to you. I do know how to describe this to you, but has Kaeviir ever seen a water genasi before?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's rare in Ravenloft. I mean, you haven't seen actually many of them in the realms at all. So, but there's one in front of you, and by God, say he looks like a pirate.
Wow, that's thematically appropriate.
And you see him actually walk into Captain. I want to make sure I pronounce this damn thing right.
Is it Marlbrot?
Yeah, Marlbrot. Yeah, you see him walk into Captain Marlbrot's big tavern, well taken care of, lit up on the outside. The sun's actually cresting up now and starting to melt. You can see some of like frost on the ground being melted, the evaporation of it. And it sounds like there's a decent party going inside.
Glad to be here. No, I was talking to the Genasi. Was he outside? He was walking in.
I think he walked in.
Okay. Well, then I walk in. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. I'm gonna
Alright.
head over to the bar.
So the two of you walk in. Okay, so Rayne, you've walked into the tavern now. I'm gonna fuck this up. Rachel, say it for me again. My mind's 6 ways of Sunday.
Kestrel.
Kestrel, thank you. I was about to call her Vestral. Kestrel's sitting at a table. She has a bard next to her strumming. She has a half drow bringing glasses. There's people cheering.
Wait
The
a minute.
Reverend's dead. The
She's in there?
Reverend's dead. Mm-hmm. And as you walk in, Trichet walks in. He's looking around. Trichet looks over. He sees, people lifting a glass to Kestrel, but in his memory, he knows her as Adri. And Kaeviir, as you walk in, you know her as Adri as well, but they're calling her Kestrel. What you don't recognize is this dark armor that still hasn't been cleaned, half blood. She has a massive, what the hell is that cup
Tankard?
called? Tankard of ale in her hand. Thank you. And they're pounding glasses, they're pounding tankards, they're cheering, and Bard's strumming, and the bar's hopping, and the tavern's hopping, and you just
I'm going to not engage. Every part of me is like, go talk to Adri. But I can't notice that and not think something strange is going on.
So her armor structurally is the mithril armor that Kaeviir gave her a long time ago, but she's had it blackened since her time here. And her hair, instead of having like the kind of crooked, my mom cuts my hair pixie cut that she did
Right.
before, she's now grown it out pretty long and just keeps it in a braid, which now has like bits of gore and blood in it.
I'm going to step around to the side. I'm going to go sit at the bar, and I'm going to do the thing that we do when we don't want to be looking directly at a person, which is we're going to take our hand and palm like a small mirror in it and kind of scratch the side of our head and kind of keep an eye on someone. I want to make sure that I get a good look at her without stare directly at her. And out of the other, if I can, while I'm looking away, kind of like pondering, could that be Adri, right? Or do I want
who's
to
that
find
lady? Who's okay?
I'll have what she's having. I'm also going to keep an eye on the Genasi, since his reaction seemed to be the same as mine, like sort of paying attention to this one person. So
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping for one of those moments where we both walk in, see her, we both at the same time go, Adri, and then we turn at each other and go, what?
Who are you?
No. So Kaeviir, you went to the bar?
yeah.
Yeah. So your kid walks in behind you, and
Goes
just
around
kinda like-
me, I would imagine.
yeah, goes around you and beelines for the bar.
Yeah. That's a little odd. Well, I'm going to go to the bar because I'm not going to make a assumption that this is the person I'm looking for, although I kind of have a feeling it is. But something's not quite right. I'm
gonna sit beside Kaeviir and be like, can I also look in your mirror that you've got there?
No. I'm going to go up to the bar and I'm going to order a shot of whiskey, and then I'm going to.
How far away from me is he when he walks up?
I'm sitting in the stool next to you.
Order me one. I'm gonna whisper that to him. They're gonna make it difficult for me to order. Just order me one.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're what, 6?
I'm
12?
half elf. I'm half elf.
Half
I
elf,
aged
my
slow,
ass.
but it's hard to explain to people. My ears grew weird. Look, just do me a favor here, all right, pal?
Oh God.
I ponder the scenario before me. I turn to the barkeep.
He was looking over. Mr. Trichet, you're back in port.
Yeah, it's been a while. Ethan around?
Yeah. Boss is upstairs.
Let
in
him
his
know
All right,
let him know
he
I'm
looks over.
here.
Hey, boy, what up and tell Ethan? Tell Mr. Ethan, Mr. Trichet's made his appearance.
I
We saw the sales for the sea bitch come in this morning.
yeah, that's I love the fact that I can make an entrance.
Damn
I
straight, Bob. The regular?
yeah, and
Pours a cup on the table against the pour.
uh, you got a, I don't know, apple juice here for this kid or something. When the hell did you start? I mean, far be it for me to tell Ethan how to run his establishment, but I always thought there was a bit of an age limit before, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna hoping the kid would just disappear and not ask for anything.
Well, that's
I haven't had a kid actually step up to the tavern in my last
Guys,
huh.
being very distracting right now.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
pardon
sorry.
me.
I'm just doing my job talking to customers.
Yeah,
An actual established well customer and
Yeah.
Well, you
has
won't sell
hair
me
on
the
his
things
chest.
that I want.
Nobody.
this? I would like to order food.
All right. Food we can do. What do you want?
I would like bourbon chicken, hold the chicken.
How about when you hit puberty, you can come back?
I've hit puberty more times than you could. Excuse me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk over to Adrian and be like, Adri.
I'm very intently watching this exchange.
Yeah, that's when the bar kind of stops. Hey, Kestrel, you got to admire.
You lost, kid?
Yes. I'm lost. I don't know where my dad is. I think he took the horse to go get a pack of cigarettes.
It's tough luck. It's an orphanage down the road, I think.
You have a minute?
I'm in the middle of something.
Right.
And then I
Which means
finish
that
my drink.
There'll be more of it after, correct? More of what you're doing.
The half drow looks over. Kid, we just killed a revenant. We're gonna drink until we're stupid and have to go back to real lives tomorrow.
I'm gonna need you to listen to me before then, and I'm gonna look at her in her face, right?
Mm.
And I'm gonna take my hand, and I'm gonna do the quick change by putting my hand on my face and pulling down, and I'm going to look like her, and then I'm gonna put my hands back up. Not a super convincing quick change, but a quick change nonetheless. I'll use the cantrip to make my face appear that way.
Don't like that. Can I do like an insight roll just to try to get like an idea of what he wants? And this isn't like, oh, someone is trying to do like an assassination hit on me, so they paid some kid a couple gold to like lure me outside.
I'm gonna message her while staring right in her face and be like, I don't know if you know me anymore, but you used to, and we need to talk.
Can I message you back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will message you back. Say, these are neat magic tricks, kid, but I don't know you.
You do. Go ahead and insight.
All right, I'm rolling insight. That's gonna be a 24.
Seems good to me. Since I'm not being evasive or anything.
Yeah.
You can pretty much pick up he's telling the truth. As far as he believes, he knows you and you know him.
I'm gonna lean across the table and take Vespara's cup out of her hands, and I'm gonna down it and then set it on the table. And I'm gonna say, order me another one while I'm gone. This shouldn't take long.
Do I get to order myself one too?
I assume you will.
Do whatever you want, Schmuck. Let's go.
Excuse me, child. And she just like, finish your business with Kestrel, and so I can have Kestrel back to play. She's
All
like,
right.
4 more rounds. 4 more.
When
2 for me, 1 for Fiven, because he's a bitch, and 1 for Kestrel.
2 for me.
5 rounds.
I
Finn's
just
still a bitch.
Where
He's
do you
like,
want to? Where do you
"Fuck
want
off."
to talk, kid?
wherever's most comfortable for you. I understand. I understand what you're thinking. You're thinking that this is a setup. So I'll let you choose where we talk.
All right. I've got a room upstairs. Let's go there.
Deal.
I'm gonna head upstairs.
I'll go forward and I'll have my hands out to the side because that's what you'd look for in a person that was going to make a move, is where their hands are located.
I'm going to give them enough time to get out of line of sight, and then I am going to follow stealthily.
Give me a roll.
Yeah, because with this situation, that read
Uh-oh.
solid. Hey, can I roll a perception check to see if I noticed him follow?
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure by his roll, he failed your passive perceptions.
Pretty
Okay,
sure.
So then we would have
because-
noticed him following us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say stop. Somebody's following us.
I would assume that my passive perception is also high enough to notice.
Oh, yeah,
this.
no. But you guys also hear Vespara. Hey, sailor boy. Not upstairs right now. Why don't you come sit over here? You've been eyeing my friend a little too long.
Well, do I get around?
Of course, you can have Vivens. It's like it's over. He's like, the hell? And not my fault. You're half drow and half bitch.
I'll take a seat next to the bard,
He's like-
and
Vivens stands up.
I'm just gonna make myself at home. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna push the chair back. I'm gonna prop my boots up on the table, and I kind of signal over to the barkeep I'm over here now. So when Ethan comes down, send him this way.
He gives you a wink. Vivens stands up. I don't have to take this abuse. I have respected the Institute. Nothing personal to you, sir. Fuck you guys. And Vivian walks out.
So I since obviously I'm not going to make any inroads upstairs. And oh boy, I can't believe I'm about to play this game with a bard. I'm gonna take a good long drink, and I'm gonna now someone as beautiful as you tangled up with someone as obviously detached as that young lady appears to be.
You don't know by looking at her, but she's a wild ride.
Oh no. Hey.
They call her Jeep Wrangler.
Yes, I broke Rachel.
You cannot trust a bard.
I don't know. I'm pretty charismatic myself, so. But no, my goal is, and I'm not going to intrude on the procession of things. So with Adrian and Kaeviir going upstairs, I'll sit down here and I'll just try and find out information this way, since I'm not going to get it directly from the source.
She's like, yeah, we're going to need more rounds. Come on, buddy. He's buying.
You know what? Fair enough. I know the owner, so we're good. I get the friends and family discount.
I get the I'm beautiful, so I drink free discount, but this works too.
Yeah.
And they continue to converse as we go upstairs.
All right. So after I'm sure that this water genasi has been sort of taken care of, I'm gonna look down at Kaeviir, or this kid, and be like, your friend is shit at following people.
It's not my friend. I don't know him. Sorry, hold on. It's not my friend. I don't know him.
All right. And I'll head back upstairs.
Hold on. I'm gonna walk up to the door. I'm gonna take my hand, put it down by the door, and just to feel the pressure that's coming out from underneath. and then open the door quickly, and I'm going to do a quick room clear. To the right, to the left, behind the door, check both windows, make sure that they're closed tightly, and then position myself in a corner away from both windows.
You find the door sturdy and not broken. The windows completely clean and not broken.
Curtains.
Curtains, they close easy enough. This elf is not tidy though. I mean, there's like a stack of clothes in the corner. Just you don't know. They're obviously not as dirty as what she's wearing, but you don't know if they're actually clean or not. It's just kind of like her stack of her clothes out. You assume anything important is actually on her,
Right.
but yeah, the room's secured. You actually find a couple. You could tell she left certain things in certain places to see if anyone's been in there when she's been gone, to see if they've been moved.
I'm going to look at her and say, anything been moved? Seems like you've staged some of these.
No, everything's where I left it.
Right. All right. Well, then we'll get down to brass tacks. Mind if I smoke in here? I don't care. And I'm going to start smoking. This is going to be hard to understand. I'm assuming Valen told me about this region on the way here, since we were traveling for a long time. He would have told me about the effects this region has.
You would have picked up what the effects the region has, but you also know that it hasn't happened since the Dark Lords left, so there hasn't been any new ones. But the
Right.
ones that have been in place are still there.
Okay. I'm going to assume you've been here for a little while in this town.
I've been here for a while.
We used to know each other. I know what you're thinking, that we don't, and I didn't look like this before. Now, I'm going to tell you a few things, and you just think about how I would know them if I didn't know you.
All right.
The armor that you're wearing is made by 2 gnomes.
No.
Yes. They have their maker's mark somewhere on the interior of it. I had that armor commissioned for you. Check on the inside seam underneath the left shoulder pad where the armor hooks underneath.
Maybe that's how it was originally made, but I got this armor by killing the person who was wearing it.
How do I get you to understand this? You know what the worst part is?
What's that? I'm missing
You
my
were
drinks.
the young one the last time I saw you.
We haven't met.
We have met. I trained you for half of the time.
You trained me to what?
I was older. I looked older. This is a complicated situation I'm experiencing right now. I'm going to smoke the pipe again and kind of blow it out and be thinking of a way that how could I convince you that I know you?
I'm looking at him to see if he's experienced a head injury recently.
No, I haven't.
Just, that you can tell.
You're scoping out my brain.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mother's name was Theastra. Father's name's Ludo.
You know Ludo?
I do know Ludo.
Did he send you here?
No, I haven't talked to him in a long time.
I put my
10 years.
I put my hand on the hilt of my sword.
Relax, okay?
Did he send you?
That. Why would he send me? We don't get along, me and him. But he is your dad.
No, he's what?
Yes, he is.
No.
He is. I can't do this with you right now. Trust me. He is.
You interrupted my celebration. You're
a
done
friend
this.
that I've had for a long time. You and I killed Strahd together.
The heroes killed Strahd.
That's us.
I've never left Darkon.
You have. As a matter of fact, you're not even from this region.
I grew up in Darkon.
You did not grow up in Darkon. Tell me about your childhood.
Both my parents were killed by undead, and I lived in an orphanage until I was old enough to run away.
Original. how. Oh my God. Swordsman lost both parents. Okay, look at me.
Mhm.
I know you. I've known you for a long time. I used to be much bigger. Well, not much bigger. I was taller, but I was an adult. I was in my 60s, but I'm actually much older than that. You knew that. We know a guy named Victor, little kid, kind of obnoxious. Not like me, obnoxious. I'm an adult, but
You're the only obnoxious kid I know.
that's not true. You know, 3 of them. You were in Barovia, in Veliki, as a matter of fact.
I've been out of Darkon before.
You have.
How do you know Ludo?
He's your dad.
He's not my dad.
He is your dad. There were
That's-
2 of them.
There's 2 of them now?
There were. It's complicated. I don't know how to convince you of this. Look, ask me something complicated, something that only an adult would understand. Make complex math. I'm good at that.
Where do babies come from?
I'm gonna ask him a complicated, like medicinal question about, just sort of like if you sustain this type of injury, what are you supposed to do, and what are you definitely not supposed to do?
I will answer it, and then I'll also give counter theories by some of the great fucking medical specialists out of tactical and field training. I'll quote the verses of their books. I used to teach this stuff.
At daycare?
Not a daycare, at the fucking Black Spire.
Never heard of the Black Spire.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to. No one's supposed to have heard of it.
Is this just like a game? Are you trying to get me to kill a zombie on
I
your
don't
family's
want you. I
farm
could kill
or
a
something?
zombie. Good Lord. I could handle a zombie's not an issue for me. Look, we came here by accident. I'm from one place, you're from another place originally, even though right now you don't seem to remember. Then we came to Barovia through the mist. We were brought here by a lady named Ava.
I don't know an Ava.
You would.
You hear a knock at the door.
I'm gonna look at Kaeviir.
Are you
Oh, the
expecting
kid.
someone?
No, are you?
Hold on. Who's there?
Soup? Would you like soup? I have soup.
I'm gonna pose up next to the door. And I'm
You see
going
an
to-
old woman with a goat outside and a thing of soup in cups.
Are you fucking with me? You son of a bitch. No soup for you, David. Oh, smoking a cigarette after that.
So no
Okay.
soup.
No, I don't want any soup.
All
Are
right.
you for real? Are you for real? There's a person at the door with soup, or are you just fucking with me?
No, real for real. She continues on down the hall, knocks on the next door.
Look, we came to Barovia first. We stopped in a church. There was a guy who had a vampire son, and we tried to handle that, and it went way weird. Someone threw someone. I don't want. That's not important. We met Strahd. One of our friends shot an arrow at him. That's a whole thing that happened. You don't remember any of that?
I haven't experienced any of that.
You did. You like to
What's-
kick doors off the hinges.
I do
It's
like
like-
to kick doors off hinges. That's true.
It's like baked in. I don't understand what it is. It's genetic or something. You don't sleep. You just meditate for 4 hours a night. You talk about it endlessly.
That's how all elves function.
Yeah, but they don't say it every 5 minutes. It's very annoying.
What is kid? What's your name? Is someone looking for you?
Master Kaeviir the professional.
What?
Master Kaeviir the professional.
Kestrel's gonna put her bag down and go through it. and take out a very old journal that hasn't been written in for the last 10 years. And this is Adri's journal. And she's going to say, look, you called me Adri earlier. Those names, Adri and Kaeviir, they're in this, but I don't know if your dad knew her or something, but she died.
What seems more plausible? That your memory might be off, and that you and me whose memory isn't off, recognizes your face. You're carrying the journal of that person. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
I think maybe your dad knew this person. Maybe he told you stories.
My dad's been dead for thousands of years.
It's rough.
I'm trying to think of an example of a time. How do you feel about yellow ribbons? They suck, right?
Not really a ribbon person.
Me neither. Boy, we agree there. That's something to build on.
I guess so.
Shit. How do you feel about goats? I hate them.
Don't really.
I bet you I could tell you everything that's in that journal. Well, not everything. You probably wrote it from your perspective, but I can tell you the gist of the things in that journal. Yeah?
Like what?
Like, you used to hang out with just you and your mom outside of a human town. You told me that story one time.
Adri did.
Yeah, that's you. And then after a while, she died, and it was really sad, and you weren't certain how to feel about it. Then you went off to travel on your own. You went through some mist. You ended up in Barovia. Yeah. Then you met up with me and a big orc named Ragnik, who kind of sucked. And then a wolf guy. He liked wolves a lot. His name's Chunikote. That's not a name that most people would remember. It took me a long time to get it. And okay, so we did a bunch of work together. Then we ended up getting a house in Veliki that we customized in order to kind of stop us from being attacked by werewolves and vampires and things like that. It was a massive undertaking, but now that house is gone and they've replaced it. I just got a plaque. You got a whole field of flowers. I thought it was kind of bullshit at the time, but at the time it was a big house, and there was a goat that used to follow us around. Serena, Victor, fucking what's the other one? Nick. They're all subtly shitty, but here's the thing. All of that's true. I had that armor made for you. It's not that color originally. And if you scrape off the edge of it, I bet you'd find out what color it actually is. And I'd tell her that the color that it actually was. Oh, motherfucker, you can't roll the stealth check with me looking at it. I'm looking at it. Edit. That's the flaw here. If you roll stealth check, it shouldn't come up to anyone except for the DM. It won't matter. It was a 9. So it's not like we didn't notice. All that's in that journal, is it not?
It is.
You think that some kid snuck up on you, got into your journal, read all that stuff, memorized it, and then approached you? Come on. What seems more likely? The fact that I would memorize all that stuff as a little kid, or that you had your memory messed up and your friend, who unfortunately is now a child,
So what are you? Let's say that you're correct. What are you suggesting?
At the end.
You look very alive right now.
I know. I don't feel it though in my heart. I feel not alive yet. And they won't serve me drinks anywhere. It's a nightmare.
All right. You seem upset. this
Yeah.
story that you have about me being someone else and you being older, I would hope that you can understand that it's quite unbelievable.
Absolutely. It
My
seems strange.
look, my buzz is starting to wear off, so I'd really like to go back to drinking if you want to join us.
I would love to join you, but they
Okay.
won't let me.
You're gonna sit at my table, they'll let you.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. This is a game, I suppose. Maybe if I can't make you remember, I'll just drink until I forget.
Vess will be up here soon anyway if we don't go back downstairs.
Okay. Hey,
Hmm.
don't call me by my name when we're down there.
All right, what should I call you?
Call me just call me professional. No, wait, that's weird. They'll know that name too.
Mm-hmm.
Call me Kevin.
Kevin. All right, Kevin. Well, I'm Kestrel.
Okay. We're both using fake names now. This is good. We're used to doing this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna put Adri's journal back in my bag and then open the door.
Almost got her. Put my journal back in my bag. I almost got her.
Sorry. I've been saving that Mufasa line for like the whole fucking conversation. All right. Downstairs. We have a
And
bod
Yeah.
and a sailor.
Yeah.
And we have a tavern owner walking up. Chishay! You made it.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm finishing up a story. It's like, yeah, and that's when she asked me, "Hey, is that a hornpipe in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?"
And I said, "I don't care, just blow it." Sorry. Sorry, that was rude.
No, Ethan, you old bag of shit. How are you?
I'm good, Ryan. How you been?
Oh, well, sailing here, sailing there, all that kind of thing. Yeah, it's been all right. It's been a while since I've been to.
I almost miss it, but then I wake up and I feel the aches in my bones, and I'm glad I'm not at sea anymore.
Yeah, that's because you're soft.
You're all wet.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, right?
Looks over. Hey, aren't you the bard that hangs out with Kestrel? She looks up. Uh-huh. Rayne, I didn't know you were packing mercenaries these days.
Not exactly. Actually, I was hoping to maybe meet with this Kestrel. I don't think I've got a case of mistaken identity on my hands, but I'm a little confused. But it's all right. Her compatriots here have been keeping me company.
Looks over. All right. All right. Well, once you finish here, I'm upstairs. So.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'll stop by as soon as I get done here. Promise.
All right. I'll go pop out a old bottle of scotch and we'll do it right once you're done.
Sounds good. And you know what? I have to applaud you on your bold entrepreneurial move to let kids in.
What are you talking about? I mean, the kids. I mean, I got a couple of kids that stay in the rooms of their parents.
No. I mean, sitting at the bar. I mean, I'm sure someone has. You
fucking narc.
He looks over. Boris, you letting kids drink?
No, he didn't let them drink.
Oh,
they're trying. So
Hey, Ryan, back when we were young, the shit we do.
Well, yeah, but we didn't do it out in the open in public. I didn't have a set of balls on me big enough to walk into a tavern and order a drink, especially not at the age of 6.
I agree.
You a 6-year-old? Boris, he's like, hey, look like 12, boss.
6, 12, 8, I don't know. Kids are all twerpy. I don't know. Whatever they are.
He's like, all right, Boris, don't sell them out. Boris like, I got you. All right. Scotch. Boris brings out a scotch, hands it to him. Looks her in. You stay fresh. I'll be upstairs.
Sounds good.
All right. Fucking kids at my goddamn bar, son of a bitch. Starts walking as you two are coming downstairs. He's walking up, looks down. Are you the pint that was at the bar?
I couldn't get a pint.
He taps you on the shoulder. Better luck next time, kid. The hey mister game buy me a beer always worked better for me outside the tavern. They go in and get it and bring it out. But I mean, granted on you, man. Like the pyre said, man, you got balls walking in here trying to buy it, from the tavern itself.
Mm-hmm.
Think so? Kestrel, it's been a while.
Hey, how's it going?
You're not gonna break another table, are you?
Depends on the other customers.
Bars, make sure they leave Kestrel alone. Fuck.
Statistically speaking, you know who doesn't fight in bars? Children.
Looks
Very,
down.
very rare.
Yeah, well, also know a bunch of child pickpockets that like to do things too.
I'm just gonna remain silent through that because I'm very good at that. But I don't want to.
Yeah. He walks up with his scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. You guys make your way down the table and you see Vivian's gone and I'm not gonna remember this girl's name.
Vespera.
Vespera's at the table with a water genasi.
You're the sneaky guy. Tried to follow us up the stairs, huh?
It's okay. I stopped him.
Yeah, that's all right. I apologize about that. I stand up. I pull the chair out. My apologies, Miss Leodon. I don't know if you remember me, but I sure remember you. I mean, elves don't age that much in 10 years.
My name is Kestrel.
Well, I assume that's a pseudonym.
I'm gonna bump her on the arm. Huh?
Yeah, I go by Kestrel. That's not my real name. It's because humans can't pronounce elven names very well. My real name is Kesselgard Reskill.
Oh.
I'm gonna speak Elvish to her. Like it's not that hard to pronounce in Elvish.
In Elvish, I'll answer back, yeah, if you can speak Elvish. How many people here do you think can?
I don't know. I guess if you're as old as me, it's easy.
When you sit down at the table, you want a booster seat?
Honestly, I might need one.
I motion for her to take her seat back. I'm going to be a gentleman. So I didn't really expect to find you here after all these years. It's been a while since I've seen you and your father.
I'm gonna
How
be
is-
slow. I'm
how
gonna be
is Ludo, by the way?
Hold on. I'm slowly sipping a bourbon, and I'm like tilting my eyes directly at Adri, like,
What? So the two of you are working together?
I've never seen this guy before in my life.
What, me and the twerp?
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell this kid is.
You just both happen on the same day to show up with this story. I'm gonna before I sit down, I'm gonna lean over and take one of Vespera's drinks and just down it, and then I sit down.
Just barkeep, we're gonna need about another 7 or 10. This is getting legit. And she starts playing her thing.
You cannot make a song about this.
I actually lean back over. Boris, let Ethan know I'm tapping into my personal reserve. Bring the whole keg.
You got
I'm
it,
gonna
Mr.
get
Chichet.
twisted.
We're bringing the keg out.
And a milk for the kid.
You hear that? I'm gonna point at the bar, and you get milk.
She looks over. More than you think.
Fuck that means.
Ayo.
I don't think I'm old enough to get that joke.
Look, I've never met you before. I didn't know my parents, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You did. I mean, whatever. I don't care. You can kick this guy out. I don't know anything about him.
You don't recall being on my ship a decade ago
No,
with your father.
my father died when I was a kid.
How about this? On 3, say the dad's name. 3, 2, 1. Ludo.
God damn it. I'm going to stand up, put my hand on my sword hilt again. Be like, I don't know that creep. All right. Did he pay the two of you for this?
He would never pay me.
Oh, Miss Leodon, he paid me several years ago to transport you and him.
My name is Kestrel.
Okay, Kestrel.
A decade ago, your father and you were stranded along the jagged coast not too far from here. I picked you up aboard my ship and delivered you here. You were having a hard time remembering things back then, as I recall. Now you seem to have forgotten an awful lot.
I haven't been on your ship.
This isn't Victor by any chance, is it?
You both know this Victor.
We both know Victor, but we don't know him together. I don't know how he knows Victor.
I know Victor. I know Victor because she couldn't stop talking about him on the ship, about how much she told me a whole lot.
Yeah.
You and all about this Victor and the professional and Chukote and
right? Hey, I'm Kevin.
I would like to insight Rayne to see just like how much he believes this story.
Roll away.
Okay. I'll be 24 again.
From what you can tell, he's telling you the God honest truth. Full everything.
As a matter of fact, you talked about it a lot. Your father insisted we continue to ask you questions because he was worried that you were having some memory issues that he couldn't quite understand. You were forgetting pieces of yourself. In fact, you used to get pretty mad at me because I kept asking you what your name was.
Oh, to get them to remember their name by constantly reinforce. That makes sense.
Yeah. What do you have to do with this, by the way?
I'm going to lean forward, like to whisper in his ear. I'm Master Kaeviir, the professional.
Yeah, and I'm Lord Soth.
Saw him earlier. Swear to God. Swear to God. You're not, you know what? It sounds unbelievable when you say it out loud, but it's true.
Look, as far as I know, all the rumors say the professional's dead.
Yeah, well, I'm not that easy to kill.
You're what? You don't even have any short and curlies yet. How the hell could you possibly be?
Please,
the
man,
professional.
How about we play a game of chess? What do you think?
I'm getting drunk.
I'm trying my best.
The bard goes, let's get drunk.
As the keg gets slammed down into the middle of the table.
Kestrel, would you please vouch for my ability to drink?
You really want to
from the 2 minutes that I've known you?
No, I mean, would you please vouch for me and say that it's cool that I do it?
Yeah. He's
Done.
with me. You can drink with us.
All right. Well, if you want to,
Well, it's on you two.
5-year-old's conscience, yeah, that's not on me.
I have some older stuff, but I kind of save it for special occasions, and I take out my my almost empty bottle.
And who did you pickpocket that off of?
It's mine. I had it in part of my collection before it flew away, and they replaced it with a fucking placard.
That doesn't make any sense at all, kid.
I am aware that the story I am telling seems far-fetched.
I want to make an insight check against the kid to see how full of shit this little bastard is.
Not hiding it.
The problem is that insight is not my strong point. But let's see what happens. I'm probably still thinking he's
I am going to use a portent roll and give him a natural 20.
excellent.
Damn. Well, you peer deep into his story, into his eyes. He's telling the truth. This man is 100% just. He believes it.
I have opinions about the capital gains tax.
I'm definitely gonna need to drink more before I hear that. So
I don't want to talk about it. I just have
I just start tapping the keg and I start filling everyone else's drinks around the table. And then once I've gotten Adri / Kestrel, her drink, and Vespera and everyone else, I kind of pull my chair back and sort of pull this kid over and go, okay, if you're the professional,
Mhm.
why are you a kid?
Because they didn't have enough time to finish the baking process.
But the stories say you died. They found
I know,
your
I
ashes.
turned into ash. I know. Yeah. It was fighting Strahd in Strahd's castle. I remember.
Uh-huh.
I have to say this really lightly.
So you were reborn?
Yeah. That's a way to say it. Yes.
Okay. I've seen stranger things, I suppose. That is Adri Leodon,
Absolutely.
right? So
We've been friends for a long time, even though at first I wasn't really certain that was going to be the case. But it turned out to be good buddies.
okay. Well, about a decade ago, I found her and her father stranded.
I imagine
on
that
this.
was immediately after the event where I.
I suppose the timing works out about right. Yeah, they were on the jagged coast. The mist was kind of surrounding them.
How old would you say that I am?
I don't know. I don't really particularly care for kids. You could
About
be
9
6
or 10.
I don't know. 8, 9, 10. What
Should I draw you a fucking chart?
Okay. All right. Just we'll put a pin in that for a moment. Let's just make the assumption you are who you say you are.
Make the assumption.
Just bear with me, kid.
Okay.
All right. Right now, as far as I can tell, I'm the only one else in this room, maybe particularly in this world, that understands even a little bit about what the hell you're talking about here. So let's try and work together.
Sure.
So I pick her and her father up on the jagged coast north of here, transport them down, leave them here about 10 years ago. The entire time they're on the boat, her father is freaking out because she's not remembering things that she normally should remember, even things like her name. Sometimes she'd remember, sometimes she wasn't. He went out of his way to make sure that the crew, anytime they came across her, treated her nicely, asked her questions, tried to get her to talk about her past. Sometimes she was a chatterbox and she would go on and on about all the things that occurred back in Barovia, and sometimes she couldn't remember anything.
Right.
I left them.
Wait one second. I'm going to roll a perception check to check around the room to make sure no one's listening in.
Well, I'm doing this as subtly as I can.
Still going to do the check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Adri's hearing everything.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm playing a drinking game with Vespera.
Okay.
19. Do I notice anything?
No one's really paying attention to the two of you. The two ladies across the table are pounding tankards. Yeah, I mean it's become the game who can get to the bottom of your keg faster. And each kegger they go, they put another piece of gold on the table and they keep going. Right. The two of them have problem is one of them seeming to last longer than the other one, and the bard does not seem to actually be able to keep up with the elf. So
okay. Diversion achieved.
Until the bard kind of sprinkles a little magic on her drinks and
eating.
She's like, and
She's a bard. I told you not to hang out with him. You wouldn't listen.
you shut up. Bards are fun.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Given that slur, you're a delight to everyone who beholds you. I'm gonna lean back
Everyone
over.
fucking loves me.
Between you and me, kid, I've been told she's a wild ride. So
I heard she was called Jeep Wrangler.
You don't get to
It's
say
because
my
it doesn't
nicknames.
take long to take the top down. That's why. All right. Okay, so she started to forget things on the boat. Then
yeah. And then I dropped them off, and Ludo said he was going to try and figure out if there was a way to keep her memory loss from getting worse. And I sailed off, and I haven't been back here since.
she seems to have some sort of aversion to Ludo too.
Which is odd. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know where she's come from. She seems to have taken on an entirely different identity for some reason. What were you two talking about up in the room, if you don't mind me asking?
I was trying to convince her of the same stuff.
And did you get anywhere at all?
It feels like I didn't.
So what the hell do we do?
I don't know. I think right now the best thing to do is to try to plan, try to figure out something, how to either break this or to I don't know, maybe we could find Victor. He is my daughter with him.
You're 8. Okay. The math's hurting my head here, but I'm assuming there's a logical explanation for that.
I was much older when I had her. And then she was the more details I add to the story, the weirder it gets.
I'm just going to roll with it right now.
Yeah, best to just believe me. Saves us time.
Well, so let me ask you a question then. What happened to the other members of your party, the other heroes of Barovia, this Ragnik and Chunikote?
Ragnik had a crisis of self, and he ran off, and we don't know what happened to him. Chunikote, I hear, was in a region that blipped out, disappeared. So I don't know what happened to him, which is why I'm sort of all on board to try to get her to remember anything. It's gonna sound strange, but actually, I had that armor made for her. No bullshit. I'm gonna pound the drink that I have in front of me now.
I'm going to do the same. And as I put my flagon down, I go, so what you're telling me is that of the 4 people that I've come looking for, 1 ran off, 1 got sucked off into the ether, 1 can't remember who she is, and the other is a prepubescent child.
In all fairness, I was never much of a combatant anyway.
I think I may need to pull my second keg out of the reserve.
Hey, you hear the tankers slam? They're like, "Yep, this one's empty." And that's when Vespira's like, "Nah."
Yeah.
Something tells me we're not going to be making any more inroads tonight.
I'm gonna make sure she doesn't like drown in like a bowl of soup or something.
You hear about this spider?
Spider? You guys,
Yeah.
you guys going after that?
Something you might be interested in?
I took down the butcher.
Yeah, but the spider's different than the butcher. The butcher's like a butcher. The spider's a spider.
Is it an actual spider or what? Because that wasn't very clear.
Wait, let me guess. You don't remember fighting spiders in the past. This is fun. This will be funny later. This will be funny one day.
I don't usually get hired to fight spiders.
I think
My expertise is with the undead.
right. We should deal with the spider though. Expand your horizons.
You're not. I'm gonna kind of lean forward lower my voice a little bit. You're not worried about the Kargat?
What do you mean?
Well, I heard they're gonna come in, try to find the spider. But I mean, if you two are game to hunt it down, happy to work with you.
I'm game.
I kind of look at Kaeviir Jr. and
Hey, not Junior, just Kaeviir.
I
By
I
the
look-
way,
I-
not the first or last time this is going to happen to me.
right.
No.
I mean,
No.
not like as a kid,
Yeah.
but like normally I come out, I'm older, but at this time it didn't happen that way.
I'm gonna kind of look at the professional with a little bit of a wide-eyed look, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're in on this, huh?
Yeah, we're in.
All right, we're in.
Hey, how about we have a drink to celebrate? And I'm gonna pour the last of my old bourbon into 3 glasses.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
take
Hold
my
on.
glass.
I'm gonna sit sideways. I'm gonna look at the one that's full. I'm gonna like sit, like look at them sideways. I'm like, hold on, that one's mine.
Tap my glass against theirs.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
So, Kevin, I'm pointing at Kaeviir, and
Uh-huh.
then what was your name again?
Rain Trichet, Captain
Rain
Rain Trichet.
Nice to meet
By
you.
the way,
Captain.
my apologies for nearly running you down. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, word to the wise. One, small ships like that, fishing vessels shouldn't really be out in the shipping lanes.
Oh, that was a sort of one-time thing. I'm dealing with the
Okay.
Revenant, so I thought this time, why not kind of keep him separated from himself?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Also, don't wear heavy armor out in the middle of the ocean. If you fall in, I shouldn't have to finish that sentence. Just word
This
to the wise from
conversation doesn't involve me at all. Why are we doing that?
I'm gonna pick some gore out of my hair and just kind of like flick it on the floor.
Well, this it's not exactly how I intended to spend my shore leave, but all right, here we go.
Next time on Freelance Heroism, baby Kaeviir gets a high chair. Bum, bum. Will he be able to fit the square peg in the circle hole?
God.
He has
Oh.
to take long division.
Can he say his ABCs?
In Elvish.
Will he get the cooties?
I've had the cootie so many times.
Oh.
Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I have my cootie shot, bro. Thank you so much for listening to Return to Ravenloft, a Freelance Heroism podcast. If you'd like to support us more, check us out on patreon.com/freelance_heroism and just donate any amount. We have prizes and journal entries and art that we post regularly, a few times a week, and we'd really appreciate any support you could give us. Thank you.
Our cast includes Rachel Moore as Kesselgard Reskill, Dees Cassius as Master Kaeviir, Nathan Lett as Captain Rayne Trichet, and David, aka Dewok, as Dr. Midnight, and everyone else in the game. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week.
The invoice is in the mail.
We're recording.
Woo! Edit. Edit. Hey, Dees, I can hear you. Oh, thanks. That's sweet of you to say.
So hopefully this will sound okay with you leaning over my shoulder like a gargoyle.